we're gonna do our hip flexor stretch now. So what I have here is just a yoga mat rolled up a couple times so I can provide a little bit of extra cushion for my knees. You can also use a towel or a knee pad, or you can just do it on the ground if you feel comfortable like that. So I'm gonna stretch my right hip out. So I'll put my knee down on the pad and then bring the other leg up. Now I'll see a lot of people try to drive their hips forward like this, but you're not gonna really get that hip flexor. So the important thing is to look at your pelvic position. And what we wanna try to do here is go into a posterior pelvic tilt. And what that means is, the way I like to think about it is if I have a tail, I'm trying to tuck it underneath my butt and kind of level out my pelvis. We often spend a lot of time in anterior tilt, so we wanna just bring it back, tucking in that tail and leveling everything out. Now once we're here and we've done the pelvic tilt, some people will feel it right away, like I do. I'll feel that stretch right away in my hip pretty deeply. If you want a little bit more, you're gonna keep your pelvis in the same position and just drive forward. And we can hold from here. To enhance this stretch a little bit more, we can also add our breath to it. So we're gonna start to take deep, deep inhales, trying to direct those inhales to the hip. And what you'll feel is that the stretch will get a little bit more intense, and then it'll ease up with your exhale. So you can just breathe in, right? Feel that stretch in the hip. You're still locking everything in place, and exhale. The hip flexor has two branches to it. So you also have your iliacus muscle that's just on the inside of your hip. So if you want to hit that portion of the hip flexor, what you're going to do is you're going to still maintain the pelvic tilt, you're in place, but you're just going to pop your hip off to the side and you'll feel an additional stretch in a slightly different place here. So you can also add this little side bend in and play around with that too. Right? Just try to keep everything nice and relaxed, focus on your breathing, and maintain that pelvic tilt in order to stretch the hip flexor, and just repeat the same thing on the other side. This is something I do quite frequently throughout the day, especially because I spent a lot of time sitting when I was a student, so I'm still working to correct that. So yeah, just try to do this throughout your day, especially if you work at a desk in a seated position. You know, hop off your chair once every hour and just open it up.